This is Earth, the year 2100. This is the headquarters of Space Patrol, and men from Earth, Mars, and Venus live and work there as guardians of peace.
It's wonderful to relax at home for a change.
Someone's coming.
Why, Colonel Rayburn, what a nice surprise. Or have you come to give me some more work?
I've come to tell you that Professor Zephyr from the Martian Observatory has made a fantastic machine.
Ah, that old fool could not even make an excuse, let alone a machine.
Now, Professor, you're letting your jealousy show. Zephyr's invented some wonderful things.
Most of them stopped working until I put them right again.
What does this new one do?
As you know, everything is made up of atoms. And if you put something into this machine, a chair or a table or even a human being, the machine breaks down the atoms and transmits the pattern by sonar beam to another machine.
And this other machine rebuilds the chair or table from its own pile of atoms?
Exactly.
Impossible.
It's true. Zephyr's got one machine in his observatory, and we've installed another machine in my office. Zephyr's assistant stepped into Zephyr's machine and reappeared in my office in 30 seconds.
Piffle, tiffle, tush.
If you don't believe me, come to my office and see for yourself.
So this is Zephyr's marvelous invention? I'd like to see it work.
I'm willing to go in.
No, you don't.
Yes, I will. May I step inside it, Colonel?
Certainly. When I switch on, you'll disappear, and in 30 seconds, you'll be on Mars.
I wonder who Colonel Rayburn is sending this time.
We should know in a few seconds.
Why, it's Cassiopeia.
I've never been to Mars so quickly. 30 seconds instead of 2 days.
With 100 machines like this, we won't need rocket ships anymore.
I'd like you to tell me, Father, I'm safe.
Certainly, certainly.
This is Cassiopeia Haggerty, calling Space Headquarters Earth. I'm on Mars, safe and sound, and I'll be returning to Earth in a minute.
Well, Professor, what have you got to say to that?
I'll bide me time until Zephyr's wonderful machine breaks down, and mark my words, it will.
You should be ashamed of yourself for being so jealous of Zephyr. He's just as clever as you are.
Me? Jealous of a Martian moron? Well, I'll...
Shh, Cassie's coming back.
I hope she'll be all right.
Of course she will. There. She's perfectly well. What's happened to her?
She's talking backwards, and the only word that sounds the same is pop. Oh, Cassie, my child, what has Zephyr done to you?
I can't understand it. Nothing's gone wrong before. Maybe she should go through the machine again.
If mid-arta doesn't return to normal, I'll...
No, don't get excited. I'm sure everything will be all right. Can you speak properly?
She looks as lovely as ever, but she's talking nonsense.
That just about makes her a normal woman.
That's not funny, Colonel. Come on, Cassie, we're going home.
I'd better have a word with Zephyr. Am I glad to see you? Cassie is now talking backwards.
Backwards?
Yes. How could that have happened?
When her atoms were broken down, the pattern was transmitted from my machine to yours. And perhaps it got muddled.
Not the whole of the pattern, just the part of the brain that governs speech.
We must put her back into the machine and shake the pattern up.
She might come out as someone entirely different, and Haggerty wouldn't want that.
Poor Haggerty. I must go and see him.
If I were you, I'd stay a long way away from him.
Very well. If I find a solution to this terrible accident, I will call you.
Well, we've still got another week's leave. I don't know what you two intend doing, but I'm going mountaineering.
I will visit some art museum.
I will stay here and eat.
Well, enjoy yourselves. I'm off.
I've never managed to have a Turkish bath without being interrupted. What is it, Marla?
A visitor is here from the star Alpha Centauri.
Alpha Centauri?
Yes, Colonel. It is 4.5 light years away.
I know how far it is. Who's the visitor?
Iria.
That's wonderful. Put him on. It's good to see you again, Aria. Have you come from your planet Delta?
No, Colonel. I have not been back to Delta for many years. I have been visiting other galaxies.
Come on over here. I won't ask you to use your spaceship.
I am glad that you remember I use teleportation. Please give me your exact geographical location, and I will be with you instantly.
You are in space headquarters, and I'm 120 yards northwest of it.
Thank you.
Ah, Aria. I hope you won't find it too hot in here.
Heat and cold do not affect me.
How long do you plan to stay with us?
Only long enough to see you and Captain Dart.
He's mountain climbing on the moon.
I will teleport myself there.
Hello, Captain. I thought you'd returned to Earth.
I'm due to go back today. What about you?
Geologist work is never done. I'll be here for weeks yet.
What's that?
It's a super ultrasonic machine. 100 times faster than normal ultrasonics.
What are you using it for?
If I fire it at a rock and then measure the time it takes for the super ultrasonic sounds to go through, I can tell you what mineral is in the rock.
100 times faster than normal ultrasonics? It's fantastic. Why, Iria.
I came to see you before I returned to Delta.
Will you stay for a few days?
Not this time, but perhaps I can persuade you to visit my home.
Even at the speed of light, it would take us 4.5 years. And at the speed our galaspheres travel, it would take us 3,500 years.
Then I will see you when I come back again. Goodbye.
Iria, wait! Oh, boy. I wonder if I'll ever see him again.
I'm sorry, my child, but I can't follow a word you're saying.
Pop.
Pop, that's the only word I understand.
Dart's returned from leave, and I've sent him over to see you.
Why?
He has an idea which he thinks might help Cassie.
What idea?
He'll tell you himself.
When I was on the moon, I met a geologist using a super ultrasonic gun.
How can that help Cassie?
Years ago, sonic sounds were used to help in certain types of brain disorders. And I was wondering if we could use this super ultrasonic machine on Cassie.
It might make her worse.
No, it's not no.
Oh, I can't understand you. Write it down. I think it's too risky.
Pop. Seal? Pop, Seals, Pop.
Whenever she says pop, it breaks me heart. Well, she obviously wants to take the risk. Where can I find a super ultrasonic machine?
There's one at the space hospital.
I don't understand. Do you mean you've changed your mind?
That means no. She hasn't changed her mind.
That's what I was afraid of. I hope this doesn't do any more harm to her. When I think of Zephyr,
I'd like to start the treatment.
I'll wait outside. I can't bear to watch.
All set, Cassie?
Say.
That means yes. She's unconscious.
That always happens. She's waking up now.
Are you all right? Cassie, do you understand what I'm saying? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Never felt better in my life. Where's me father?
He's outside. Professor?
And how's me darling child?
I'm fine, Pop.
And so you are. It's the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me. But don't call me Pop.
Was the experiment a success?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, come back here immediately. Erie has returned and wants to see you. Now, Aria, tell Dart what you've just told me.
As you know, my solar system is quite different from yours.
It certainly is.
A long time ago, we invented computers. And when they started to go wrong, we invented other computers to look after them.
That's a good idea.
We thought so too. And as the years passed, the computers were able to do more and more, until eventually they knew how to make living matter.
You mean they found a way of making people?
Yes, but we did not wish to increase the population, so we only let the computers make a brain.
A brain?
Yes, a super brain, 100 times bigger than a normal one.
Think of it, Colonel. Someone 100 times more brilliant than Einstein was.
When I left Delta, the brain was working on many wonderful ideas. But when I returned, I found it had become evil.
Why don't you destroy it?
It has built itself an underground room in the heart of my planet, and it is guarded by robots.
What can we do?
I was hoping Haggerty could help, but he's so furious with me because of Professor Zephyr, I don't want to ask him.
I'll take Iria to see him.
Is Haggerty clever enough to help us?
He's Irish, and he might be able to come up with an idea that's crazy enough.
This brain is a terrible thing, but I'm afraid I can't help you. If you could get near it, you could blow it up.
That's impossible. The robots have built it a bomb-proof shelter.
What does the brain look like?
A moving jelly. Do you mean you cannot help me? I was told you were a brilliant man.
So I am, but I'd have to be a Superman to help you. And I've got it. Super, that's it.
What do you mean?
Super ultrasonic. This brain won't allow anyone near it, and you can't destroy it by bombs. Now, if a geologist can beam a super ultrasonic gun hundreds of miles down into the Earth, there's no reason why we couldn't beam a super ultrasonic beam onto the brain.
Would that destroy it?
I don't know, but it'd certainly give it a shake-up and make it confused.
Then when it was confused, we could go in and destroy it.
It's worth trying. Let us go at once.
The last time I went to your planet, you built a Delta unit for our galasphere, and that made us go faster than light.
I will go to your factory and build you another Delta unit.
He's gone.
On a thought wave.
That's a more sensible way of traveling than using Zephyr's marvelous machine.
The Delta power unit has now been fixed to the galasphere, and Captain Dart requests your permission to leave.
Tell them to go.
Orbital speed 0 to 20,000 miles an hour.
Speed maintained.
Astro beam working.
Check.
Scanner viewer working.
Check.
Gamma rays on. Yoba rays on. All in order, Captain.
Galasphere 347 is cleared for takeoff.
Thank you, Marla. Takeoff program starting now.
Speed 50,000 miles an hour rising.
I have never traveled so slowly before. I think it should now be safe to switch on the Delta power.
Go ahead, Slim.
Delta power on. It is incredible, Captain. Our speed is now 10 million miles an hour.
I don't believe it.
20 million miles. Rising.
We'll soon be as fast as light.
We've 4 months' journey ahead. We better go into the freezer before Husky gets hungry.
What does your star look like close up?
Like your sun. And when I'm on my planet, your sun looks like a star to me.
What's the latest news from Galasphere 347?
We do not have the knowledge to communicate with Delta, but we have received a pulse message from them to say the Galasphere has arrived.
The first thing is for me to know the exact location of the brain. When we fire the super ultrasonic gun, we must be absolutely sure that the vibrations reach the brain itself.
Follow me. This square is the brain's bomb-proof shelter.
If I place the gun here and tilt it at an angle, it should hit the brain dead center.
It would be better if you could go down and see the brain for yourself.
Is there any chance of that?
Yes, the brain knows none of our people can destroy it, and we are allowed to see it once a month.
When's the next day of entry?
Today.
Then what are we waiting for? We seem to have been walking for hours.
We are approaching the entrance. We must descend.
This passage stretches for miles.
Stop. Who is the stranger with you?
Who's that?
The brain.
You mean it knows we're here?
It knows everything. It has ears that can hear sounds we cannot hear, and eyes that can see far beyond ours.
Who is the stranger?
I come from Earth, a planet in the Sun solar system. We heard how brilliant you are, and I was sent to see you.
You may approach, Earthman.
I will wait here.
Where's the brain? This place is immense.
I am here. Come forward. This is my brain, and I am the leader. When you return to Earth, you may tell your people that one day my robot armies will conquer them.
We'll look forward to seeing you.
You are lying, but I do not care. Go now.
Are you sure this is the right place, Captain?
I've worked it out as carefully as I can, but I'm no mathematician. I wish we could have used one of your computers.
We dare not. The brain would know.
I'm almost certain that if we point the gun at this angle, we'll send a super ultrasonic beam into the center of the brain.
What happens if you're wrong?
The brain will know its
sure you want us to take the chance?
Quite sure. My people would rather die than live as slaves of that monster.
Very well. Here goes.
I can't hear anything.
The sound is so high, even a bat couldn't hear it.
How will we know if it's worked?
The brain will get confused, and when that happens, robots and computers will slow down.
I will go and see.
I'm scared. If this machine hasn't done the trick, the brain will destroy us.
It has worked. The computers and robots have stopped moving.
What will you do now?
My people are collecting tynite. In your language, it would be dynamite. We are going to destroy the brain completely.
Well, that's the end of the brain.
My people owe their lives to you. They wish you to live here with us.
I'm afraid we can't accept that offer. You're no longer controlled by a brain, but we are.
You are joking.
I'm not. If we don't report back to Earth, that brain's going to get furious.
What will it say?
It'll say,
Start. Your leave has been canceled for the next 50 years.